fund of knowledge. The deity in the temple is the Archa incarnation of the person of Godhead. And thus the deity is identical with the Lord in all respects. He responds to the propagation of the devotees' affection for him. In the story of Sakshi Gopala, in which there was a family misunderstanding by two devotees of the Lord, in order to mitigate the turmoil as well as as well as to as well as to show specific favor to his servitors, traveled from Vrindavana to Vidyanagara, a village in Orissa, in the form of his Archa incarnation. From there, the deity was brought to Cuttack, and thus the temple of Sakshi Gopala is even today visited by thousands of pilgrims on the way to Jagannath Puri. The Lord stayed overnight there and began to proceed towards Puri. On the way, his sannyasa rod was broken uh, by Nityananda Prabhu. The Lord became apparently angry with him about his and went alone to Puri, leaving his companions behind.
Yes,
At
you can
Puri,
read more paragraph. Yes, at Puri. Yeah.
At Puri, when he entered the temple of Jagannatha, he became at once saturated with the transcendental ecstasy and fell down on the floor of the temple unconscious. The custodians of the temple could not understand the transcendental feats of the Lord, but there was a great learned Pandita named Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya who was present, and he could understand that the Lord's losing his consciousness upon entering the Jagannath temple was not an ordinary thing. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who was the chief appointed Pandita in court of King of Orissa, Maharaja Pratapabhadra, was attracted by the youthful luster of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and could understand that, that, that such a transcendental trance was only rarely exhibited and only then by the topmost devotees who are already on the transcendental plane in complete forgetfulness of material existence. Only a liberated soul could show such a transcendental feat, and the Bhattacharya, who was vastly learned, could understand this in the light of the transcendental literature with which he was familiar. He therefore asked the custodians of the temple not to disturb the unknown sannyasi. He asked them to take the Lord to his home so he could be further absorbed in this unconscious state. The Lord was at once carried to the home Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who at the time had a sufficient power of authority due to his being the Sabha Pandita, or the state dean of a faculty in Sanskrit literatures. The learned Pandita wanted to scrutinizingly test the transcendental feats of Lord Chaitanya, because often unscrupulous devotees imitate physical feats in order to plant transcendental achievements just to attract innocent people and take advantage of them. A learned scholar like the Bhattacharya can detect such imposters, and when he finds them out, he at once rejects.
Okay. Thank you, Paul. So these two paragraph, you can see. Then he, after visiting Lord the Shira Gopinath, and he visited Sakshi Gopal. We visited Sakshi Gopal temple, right, when we went to Jagannath Puri. So that is a temple. There is another pastime. Actually, one old man, he promised to give her daughter to one young Brahmana boy, young boy. But after that, when he come back, was not because their family members was not accepted. So Lord personally came and gave witness. So because of that, it is called Sakshi. That deity name is called Sakshi Gopal. So in that way, we should understand it's all depends on the devotee's faith on Krishna. We can invoke Krishna anywhere, everywhere, and Krishna will come. That's all. So that pastime we'll discuss sometimes. So this pastime in the first paragraph. After that, so this Nityananda Prabhu broken because that is the danda was ekadandi, so broken. Why Lord has to carry this rod is become more powerful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So why he has to carry, like he broken it. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was showing angry, but internally he was happy only. He was showing angry towards Nityananda Prabhu, but he was internally happy. After that, he entered the Puri, in the Puri Jagannath temple. By seeing Jagannath, he became faint. He fainted in the temple. But the local priest and all, they could not understand. But the head of the priest, the end of that is a key person in the Jagannath temple, chief of the Jagannath temple. He understood that his consciousness, high consciousness, and the other people were thinking that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like died. They don't know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but this person died kind of. But he understood he is not dying. He is not died. He's living. It's still life is there. He asked them to take to his home. So they brought him. Still, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued the same unconscious state. But the devotees, by the time they were searching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they came and then they identified in the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And then they started chanting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu come back to his original consciousness. And then this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wanted to teach him because he took a sannyas, but he is like a chanting and dancing. He's like a sentimental person. So I want to teach Vedanta because he's very scholar in Vedanta Sutras, Vedas. He's a Mayavadi philosopher. So he started teaching actually. So you want to teach that. Okay, that is. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continuously hear him 7 days and 7 days, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never say any word. So finally, this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was asking, "Oh sannyasi, I'm talking last 7 days. You did not even ask any questions. Did you understand?" At the time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, "Yes, all whatever you taught and understood, but that is not what it meant for you. What you taught, meaning you have misinterpreted the Vedas and Vedantas." So at that time, he got shocked actually. Then he asked, "What is a mistake?" Then one shloka he took. What is it? Atma Ramana that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave different definitions of that, but whatever he gave definition, all are wrong. So he proved that you are wrong in that way. One definition, but the whole night, because he was so many years he was practicing and he was thinking he was correct, everything wrong. He could not be able to sleep. He got a fever. He was not able to tolerate. All of a sudden, later he understood. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shown him a 600 form to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Rama form, and Krishna, and one more, what else? Rama, Krishna.
Mahaprabhu, Kamandalu.
Yes, Mahaprabhu, yes, 3 forms. Yeah, all together he was showing. Okay, anyway, we'll read further. Yeah, somebody can read in the case of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Prabhu, one question, Prabhu. 600 forms, here it is a Vishwarupa form, Prabhu. Which one?
No, it is not Vishwarupa form.
Not 600, 600.
6 hand.
600, sorry.
Yes, Sadabhuja.
Sadbhuja, yeah.
Shadbhuj Mahaprabhu.
Okay, somebody can read.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
In the case of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Bhattacharya tested all the symptoms in the light of the Shastras. He tested as a scientist, not as a foolish sentimentalist. He observed the movement of the stomach, the beating of the heart, and the breathing of the nostril. He also felt the pulse of the Lord and saw that all his bodily activities were in complete suspension. When he put a small cotton swab before the nostril, he found that there was a slight breathing as the fine fibers of cotton moved slightly. Thus, he came to know that the Lord's unconscious trance was genuine. and he began to treat him in the prescribed fashion. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could only be treated in a special way. He would respond only to the resounding of the holy name of the Lord by his devotees. This special treatment was unknown to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya because the Lord was still unknown to him. When the Bhattacharya saw him for the first time in the temple, he simply took him to be one of many pilgrims. In the meantime, the companions of the Lord, who reached the temple a little after him, heard of the Lord's transcendental feat and of his being carried away by the Bhattacharya. The pilgrims at the temple were still gossiping about the incident. But by chance, one of these pilgrims had met Gopinath Acharya, who was known to Gadadhar Pandita, and from him it was learned that the Lord was lying in an unconscious state at the residence of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who happened to be the brother-in-law of Gopinath Acharya, who took them all to the house of Bhattacharya, where the Lord was lying unconscious in a spiritual trance. All the members then chanted loudly the holy name of the Lord Hari as usual, and the Lord regained his consciousness.
Hmm.
One minute.
Yeah.
After this, Bhattacharya received all the members of the party, including Lord Nityananda Prabhu, and asked them to become his guests of honor. The party, including the Lord, went for a bath in the sea, and the Bhattacharya arranged for their residence and meals at the house of Kashi Mishra. Gopinath Acharya, his brother-in-law, also assisted. There were some friendly talks about the Lord's divinity between the two brothers-in-law. And this argument, Gopinath Acharya, who knew the Lord before, now tried to establish the Lord as the personality of Godhead. And the Bhattacharya tried to establish him as one of the great devotees. Both of them argued from the angle of vision of authentic Shastras and not on the strength of sentimental vox populi. The incarnation of God are determined by authentic Shastras and not by popular votes of foolish fanatics. Because Lord Chaitanya was as an incarnation of God in fact, foolish fanatics have proclaimed so many so-called incarnations of God in this age without referring to authentic scripture. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya or Gopinath Acharya did not indulge in such foolish sentimentalism. On the contrary, both of them tried to establish or reject his divinity on the strength of authentic Shastra.
Haribo. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. So, yeah, yes. So, after that, there is in the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's in-laws, like brother-in-law, right? Yeah. So, he knows about the Lord. Then, yeah, the Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya tested him very scientifically. It is not like the other way. And then he knows, the Gopinath Acharya knows about the Lord, and these people are discussing on the basis of Shastras. So this is what very important. Normally, people also come for arguments, but without any Shastric reference, just by seeing TV, just seeing the here and there, some hearing here and there. No, these people are discussing on the basis of Shastras. So that is a very important. If you have a faith in Shastra, then only the bhakti will start. The basis should be Shastras. Understanding may be different. That will come to the conclusion. But basic itself, no belief on Shastras, then we cannot have a discussion only. Okay. Nowadays, the current situation now in our place is there is no basics on Shastra only. There is no faith on Shastra only. Just seeing TV and this news, that news, they are talking. That is what the problem with us now. Okay. So, if basics of Shastra is there, on the base of Shastra, if we discuss, then we can go for a discussion and we can clarify this is what understanding, misunderstanding will be clarified. Okay. So in this way, we all should have full faith on the Shastras. Maybe the understanding, maybe here and there, that will be clarified later. That is what Acharya can do, and our previous Acharya is already doing it, already done it. So we can take from there. Okay. Any questions?
Prabhuji, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was a learned scholar, right?
Yes.
And he was the minister of Prataprudra, king.
He was not minister. He is the head of that Jagannath Puri temple, priest, Pandita. He's a Pandita.
Okay.
So he's head of that position.
Okay.
And he also took Kshetra Sannyas, na Prabhuji?
Who?
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya,
That I
Kshetra
don't know.
Sannyas.
Kshetra Sannyas, only Gadadhar Pandit took it, but I don't know about Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
Charu Maharaj is saying like that.
Maybe he was there only. He was there in Puri only. But still, I did not read full Chaitanya Charitamrita, so I cannot tell you now. But
No,
whatever
Prabhuji, I am hearing. Last 1 week back, I hear from Charu Maharaj. He told like that. So
maybe it is correct only. Charu Maharaj told means it's correct only because he is perfect in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He is follower of Srila Prabhupada. It should be correct only. But as of now, I don't know. We may be right. Okay, we'll go to the next one if no more questions. Somebody can read. Later it was disclosed.
I will read Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, later it was disclosed that Bhattacharya also came from the Navadipa area, and it was understood from him that Nilambara Chakravarti, the maternal grandfather of Lord Chaitanya, happened to be a class fellow of the father of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. In that sense, the young sannyasi Lord Chaitanya evoked paternal affection from Bhattacharya. Bhattacharya was a professor of many sannyasis in the order of the Sankaracharya Sampradaya, and he himself also belonged to that cult. As such, the Bhattacharya desired that the young sannyasi Lord Chaitanya also hear from him about the teachings of Vedanta. Those who are followers of the Shankara cult are generally known as Vedantists. This does not, however, mean that Vedanta is a monopoly study of the Shankara Sampradaya. Vedanta is studied by all the bona fide Sampradayas, but they have their own interpretations. But those in the Shankara Sampradaya are generally known to be ignorant of the knowledge of the Vedantist Vaishnavas. For this reason, the Bhakti Vedanta title was first offered to the author by the Vaishnavas.
Thank you. So, thank you, Shauri Prabhu. So, this is basically the relationship how the Nilambara Chakravarti is a grandfather of Lord Chaitanya, and the relationship with their classmate, the father of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So, in that way, there is some relationship. And he is follower of Sankaracharya philosophy. And but one thing is that the Chaitanya should be learned this Vedanta philosophy. That's what he was trying. So normally in India, the Sankaracharya people only called Vedantist. Actually, all the Sampradaya people are Vedantist only. We are also follower of Vedanta only. But we are reading the topmost of Vedanta philosophy. That's all. Chaitanya, Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is on top of Vedanta philosophy. So we are also, everybody is Vedantist only. It is not that only, but their interpretation is wrong because it is by the order of Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva did this, and so still people are following that. So anyway, that's not that's how they proceed, but they are not ready to correct themselves later. Even Sankaracharya was told later, even Lord Narayana is a para, everything is there. But they are not ready to take it. They are following the same thing because that is what they wanted. they want to become God. So that is purpose Lord created. The main purpose why Lord order this is to segregate devotees and non-devotees. This is the main reason Lord Shiva came, did that. So that next our all other acharyas will come and then they'll give Vaishnava philosophy. All people, Vaishnavas will be segregated. Non-devotees will be segregated in the form of Sankaracharya philosophy. They want to become God. That means what? They'll be here permanently. Okay, that's the meaning. Okay. Any questions here?
So Prabhuji,
Prabhuji,
Bhakti Vedanta title won't be given to anyone following Shiva and Saivat, right?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
for the Vaishnavas.
Yes, it is for the Vaishnavas.
Prabhuji, one thing, like who know Veda, he know the Krishna. Mayavadi know
You should know
Veda,
Krishna. Hmm.
but they don't know, like they are thinking they are God only. That's why, Prabhuji.
Because they don't understand. The purpose of Vedanta is to know Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, but they don't know who is Krishna like that.
No,
And they
that
are
is how
thinking they are God like
read.
that.
See, that is how they read. For example, you go to Pakistan, what they're teaching is India is enemy, India is enemy, India is enemy, they teach. Okay. When you see India, Indian, they'll see enemy only. Similarly, the Vedanta philosophy, they misinterpreted same Veda only, they misinterpreted, and then they say you become God, you become God. They don't accept God.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Just
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Right, Prabhuji.
It's very strange, this philosophy. The people are not bad. Please understand. We should not criticize Sankaracharya or the people who are following Vedanta philosophy. The philosophy is wrong. Okay. If you see Prabhupada, he only criticize philosophy. You don't criticize Sankaracharya, you won't criticize the people. Anybody who follow the Mayavadi philosophy, he criticizes Mayavadi philosophy. That's all. Okay. So in this way, while talking also, while giving class also, you should not, we should not criticize the people because they are part and parcel of Krishna. So in this way, we should be very cautious while talking, while giving class. Only philosophy is wrong. If philosophy corrected, they'll become, see, now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya become devotee leader. That is what it is. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very well.
Krishna Prabhu, just to
Prabhuji, one question like that, they are also chanting.
Some people chant, but not all are chanting. They read only Vedas, recite Vedas.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Maruti Prabhu.
Prabhu, this one Mayavada philosophy you're saying Sankaracharya, philosophy people. So they also, Mayavadi here means they also chant, Shiva and other.
They chant,
God.
they worship all form of God. They worship all form. That is why our people always say that all are same. This is Mayavadi philosophy. All God are same. All God are same is coming from Mayavadi philosophy because it is very easy to understand. See, understanding Krishna is very, very difficult. Okay. Understanding Krishna, you have to put lot of effort, lot of intelligence is needed. You need Acharya, Parampara and all. This Mayavadi philosophy, if you say you are also part and parcel of God, you are also God like this. No, not part and parcel, you are also God like this, they'll make you. It's easy. For example, the one drop of ocean, you are one drop of ocean. You merged, you become ocean. That's all. You become God. That is a philosophy they teach. It is easy, no? One drop you put into the water, ocean, you become ocean. And you are one drop only. But they made you become ocean. Like that. Such a philosophy, it is very easy to understand. Because they say that if a Lord has pervaded everywhere, there is no God now. Everything pervaded now. For example, Krishna says, Maya tadamidam sarvam jagat avyaktam bhutin. I pervaded everywhere. Okay. So they understood. God has pervaded everywhere. I am also God because I also pervaded here. Everything is God. But this material world, this Panchaputa, they not say temporary, it's called Maya. So they don't agree with this. So this Jagat Mithya. That's all. It's Mithya. It is false. But it is the energy of the Lord. No, how it will be false? That they'll not teach. They'll not teach. They'll tell this is false. Like this long, some basic corruption they made. After that, on top of they developed philosophy. For example, Sarvadharman Paridhacha in Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna says, Sarvadharman Paridhacha Mamegam Saranam Raja. Okay, their meaning is Sarva Dharman, you give up all the work. Sarva Dharman, all the, they say Dharma means they give up all the work, duty. Take sannyas. Okay.
Just surrender.
Okay. No, surrender means what? Surrender, I'll tell you. Surrender means you are the God himself. You surrender yourself. Okay. Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mameka. Mam means me, myself. Okay. Surrender yourself. Saranam Braja. So you are Narayana now. Easy, no? You will be very happy, no? I'll become God, no? You'll be very happy, no? That is why people follow easily.
Thank you, sir.
Understood?
Prabhuji, it is Mayavadi philosophy only, not Vaishnava philosophy.
Yes. Mayavadi only. I understood that. That's what I'm saying. I understood.
Like this. So easily they'll change your ideas, and people are so happy. I'll become God, so now I'll practice. They don't understand how we have become God. All the philosophers.
Here we follow our Guru Parampara, but we very
Yeah.
strictly follow here.
Yeah, that is why those who are hearing from Mayavadi philosophy, their spiritual life will be screwed up. For Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, it's poison. They twist the Sanskrit word left and right and then give new meaning. They are very scholars. That is the Prabhupada says, why? What is the need of a new interpretation? Already Krishna says Aham. Why people are putting yourself? Krishna is a speaker. Krishna is Aham, and these people say Aham means I become God, like this. They'll put.
Yeah, that's what he says, Prabhupada in one of the Bhagavad Gita. Raja Idam Pavitra Bhuttam, like it is in 9th chapter. This is very science of knowledge. Should understand both as it is.
Yes. Should be very careful.
7:50 బయలుదేరుతున్నామా?
Okay. While there, Thoma. Okay. We have 3 minutes. Somebody can read. Lord posted himself before Bhattacharya.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
The Lord posted himself before the Bhattacharya as a foolish student and pretended that he heard the Vedanta from him because the Bhattacharya felt that this was the duty of a sannyasi. But the Lord did not agree with his lectures. By this, the Lord indicated that the so-called Vedantists among the Shankaracharya Sampradaya or any other Sampradaya who do not follow the instructions of Srila Vyasadeva are mechanical students of the Vedanta. They are fully aware of the great knowledge, and the explanation of Vedanta Sutra is given by the author himself in the text of Srimad Bhagavatam.